Come on in, y'all. Good morning. Yes, welcome to Coffee Time Instagram. Coffee Time Instagram. IG. IG. Coffee Time IG. Hey, my Cassie. We on Coffee Time IG. Good morning, one of a kind. To shock your man. Large letters, please. Please, capital letters. Don't come on here with these little bitty letters. Capital letters. Big words. Y'all know I can't see. Ain't no labels to this he, she, we. He write them. Oh, Common loves his song, y'all. He gonna do something with it too. Lady Bradley, you about to come up, girl? You about to come up? You gonna slap IG? My birthday was absolutely fantastic. Hello, my Michelle, my UK connection. Michelle, I didn't talk to you yesterday, but I got you today, sister. Ain't no labels to this he, she, we. Come on, y'all. Come on, come on. I want to tell y'all again, if you just joining us or if you came over from YouTube, I want y'all to know that Nick Cannon is boss to me. Cause guess what he did? Hey, my baby daddy Mark. He remembered that he got employees working for him. He remembered how many families and people depend on him. So he took the high road and he apologized. Hats off to you, Nick Cannon. Hats off to you. Michelle Obama is long. I would love to interview Michelle Obama. Oh my God, I would love to interview Michelle Obama. Hello, my French connection, la la two. La la two? That's my French connection, baby. You missed the first half, Sadiqa. That's okay. You here right now. Flame, thank you for sharing your birthday. I had a great birthday. Thank y'all for sharing it with me. And thank y'all for the cash apps. Y'all were so nice. I'll take it. I appreciate it. Hey, my Pam. There go Auntie Pam, baby. Miss Auntie Pam, you know what I think you need to do? Next time you come on, well, maybe not today, but because you coming on today, Pam, so get yourself ready. I think I need you to be in the kitchen cooking because you could be like the new Auntie Fee. Y'all remember Auntie Fee? Oh my God, I loved Auntie Fee. She would cook and cuss you out at the same time. She was funny to me. Mark, you like my old videos? They doing something to you over there, player? Ooh. Wilder now has plenty black employees. Yes, so Nick Cannon, remember. You know who else employed a lot of black employees? Martin Lawrence on the Martin Lawrence show. Martin employed many black people. I had 3 birthday cakes. I had the chocolate one. Then my girlfriend Amber brought me a red velvet. Big Meech, did you get that EBT internet working? Because I like to talk to you about the Nick Cannon and the and this Donald Trump making these lying ass videos talking about he taking pictures with Goya beans instead of worry about the damn coronavirus with his stupid ass. Yeah, Auntie Fee, may she rest in peace. When you get in the bed with somebody, do you want some penis or some vagina? Because they ain't got nothing else. I've been around the world 3 times. If they got some other shit and I ain't had it, I feel cheap. It ain't no labels to this. 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 It's crazy. See, I done did it again. Let's get this party started, y'all. Let's get it started. And let me get it started with some assurity. I need to talk to somebody who I know. Come on. Ain't no labels to this he, she, we. What y'all know about that? What y'all know about that?
What fucking name? Ain't no label to the he, she, we. Ain't no label to the he, she, we.
What you know about that? You don't know nothing about that. Good morning.
We know all about the he, she, we. I may not know personally, but you know, we lead by example, play.
Right. I would say good morning, but I'm gonna say good evening because you're in the UK. So listen, Michelle, have you seen the whole thing about Nick Cannon?
Well, you know what? You'll have to refresh my mind. I know Nick Cannon is the comedian and the presenter of the TV show, but what was the comment he made?
So he made a comment about the Jewish community when he was talking to this guy who's very controversial. I don't know if he actually misspoke or overstepped his bounds, but what Nick Cannon forgot was that we still work for them. We don't own anything. So as long as you don't own it, you're still working for someone else. But what he did do, he did that yesterday, but he apologized. So they
Mhm.
kept him on. So he did apologize because he has many employees. I thought that was a good thing. And I know it's hard sometimes as black men, especially when you're strong minded and strong willed, to apologize.
Yeah,
But I thought he took the higher
yeah.
role by apologizing.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm going to be a bit sketchy on that because, to be honest, I'm not really up to date with the whole Nick thing. My internet was playing around a little bit there. But again, if he was, you know, trying to deflect the blue vote and then at the same time he's got, you know, I'm assuming you're saying he's got a lot of employees that are of colour in his establishment. Well, you know, so in that a contradiction in terms for him. But if he apologised and he retracted, you know, I can't really speak too much on that, to be fair. So I'm gonna have to be a bit mute today. I didn't really catch up with the whole. I missed the first part of the coffee time. I'm at work at the minute, and there's a big band playing in the background at the minute, so there's a lot of noise in my background. But I didn't
We
actually
don't
catch
hear
up with the whole story.
I don't hear it, but your reception is great today. I can see you very clearly.
Really? You don't you don't hear me? Yeah, you know, in London, I'm not gonna speak on it because I don't really know too much about the story. But in London, we got what we call the Notting Hill Carnival coming up in August. But obviously, there's no carnival this year because of the COVID situation. So there are a lot of bands practicing. So they're going to do a virtual carnival. So all the bands and the people in costume are going to be. You'll be able to see it on a live stream this year. So I've got one of the bands rehearsing. Oh, so I'm going to see if I can get you to have a look here while I'm talking to you. It's
Yes,
part of my job.
let us see what outside London looks like. Let us see what it looks like
Well, we're not
outside your flat.
inside, and can you see them guys there?
Yeah, I see those guys there.
Yeah, they play something, guys. Play anything. Just
Tell
play
them
something. You're on.
tell them I say
You're all the
play
way in
ain't no label.
America.
Tell them I say play ain't no labels to this he, she, we. Ain't no label.
You know, anything for the American play. You got 341 people from America watching you play something. Go on now, go on quick. We're gonna play something for you. Sorry. Go on, 1, 2, 3. Go play what you're playing, man. They're waiting. Go on.
All right. Michelle, are those the steel drums? Are those steel drums?
Yeah. So yeah, they're
Are
quite
those
loud.
are those the steel drums?
Yeah, that's right. They're
Oh,
still
those were
fans.
beautiful. Those sound great. They were
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay,
It's
Michelle.
like
So I want you to look up the Nick Cannon story because I want your opinion on it. I'm gonna come back to you before I get off. So go look at
okay,
it,
I'm gonna do
find
that
out, and
right
then
now. I'm
come
gonna
back.
do some homework.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do some homework.
All right.
All
I'll be
right.
back. Bye, love.
Love you.
Love you too, baby. That's my Michelle, y'all. That's my British correspondent. Big Meech, tell me, I don't think what Nick said was anti-Semitic at all. I feel like he was exposing the side of our truth as black men, but he said it on a white network. So, of course, they went. And you know what, one of a kind? That's very true. That's what I'm saying. We don't own anything. So, and he still works for the establishment. As popular as he is, he still works for the establishment until we own it and it belongs to us. You can't do that. Clayton Bryan, where the hell you been? I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. Ain't no labels to this. And I want to talk about the young lady that was killed. She was 20. The guy who killed her, it's on social media. Google it if you don't believe me. Her name was Marcy Mack or Mercy Mack, and he was 20 years old. And she was going to expose him, and they have public record on all of her. They went over her phone and found all of it. Guess what? He wasn't having it. We got to stop playing this deadly game. There go my baby right there. Ooh, she not leave. She ain't got no mask, and she not leaving the building. Come on with it, Cass. I don't see a mask. Oh, there it is. I was about to say, girl, don't make me come through this phone on your butt.
You caught me off guard. I was like, oh, let me get out here. Caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it that quick.
Hi, Jerry.
Right when you said look it up, I was about to look it up. I didn't get time to look it up. Hi,
Murder
everybody.
X, Murder X, I'll be back. So, Nick did apologize. And
He
let me tell you
did.
something. It's very hard for us to apologize. It's hard for me to even apologize. But when I'm wrong, and I'm not saying that he's wrong, but there was a bigger fish to fry. He might have another game plan. But I'm glad he has a lot of employees. He has
I'm
a lot
glad.
of people depending on him.
I'm glad he apologized. And I've heard I've heard your comments before on Vlad, but I was listening to Vlad this morning talking to Charlemagne and Angela Yee. God, I can't never
Yeah.
say her name. And he was talking about the Nick Cannon issue, but he was saying he wasn't going to speak on it until he spoke with him personally. But he is a Jew. He's Jewish and he's German, and he lost like 9 aunties and uncles during the Holocaust. So, whatever Nick was speaking on, it probably could have waited. You know what I mean? It wasn't the time and it wasn't the place. And people came in and corrected him, and I applaud him for apologizing. When we're wrong, we should apologize.
Oh, Cassie, did you hear me tell you? I know my stuff is coming. I know I'm going to have to apologize for something I'm going to say probably
Yes.
in the future. But I have to remember that as much as I want to stand on it because it may be true, I got people working for me. I got people depending on me. I'm feeding other families. So I have to remember that this is just not about me. It's about a lot of people.
A lot of things may be true, but a lot of times we don't do enough research to even be able to speak on a topic. We just talking about stuff. Maybe we're upset or we're really passionate about it, and then we speak out of turn, or we don't say the whole facts, and then somebody come back and they correct us. And most people, sound mind people, will make the adjustment, but other people won't. So I applaud him for that.
So
I
wait a
really
minute.
do.
Let me ask you a question. You said they were interviewing on Vlad. Was Vlad on Nick's side or against Nick?
He wasn't against him, but he said he didn't want to speak on it until he understands what he understands, but he didn't want to speak on it until he had a conversation with him because he said that's just not his platform. But he does understand, is what he said. I didn't get to finish the interview because I knew coffee time was coming on, so I had to pause that and get to my flame. So
Hey,
I
Mark,
get
stop,
excited
Mark,
about
stop,
coffee time.
Mark, stop responding to Monet when she want to be combative. I don't want to argue with Monet Magnolia this morning. Yesterday she was combative. I don't even see her comments right now. Monet, when you coming with all that, I'm not even seeing none of that today. I promise you I'm not. And if you offended, I don't give a damn.
Oh, I misspoke. I believe he was Russian. I believe he was Russian, but I'll go back and watch the interview. But that's not the point. The point is when we're wrong, we make the adjustment, we apologize, and we keep it pushing. And this is a happy page. We don't need no arguments on this page. What's going on,
Exactly,
folks?
exactly. We're not on here for all of this. You can have your own opinion, but you're not going to attack my viewers, and you damn sure ain't going to attack me because guess what? This is always written. Always.
that mouth. Oh my! I would not want to be on the negative side of that mouth. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah, it's laugh and learn with Flame Monroe. That's what it is. Laugh and learn.
That's
So
exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I did not get a chance to look up the other a thing that you were just talking about because you called right when I was about to look it up. But
Well, that was a young lady who was killed a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a week and a half ago, in Dallas, Texas. Beautiful young trans girl, black girl, and he shot her 10 times. Now, when you hear 10 times of shooting, the rage that person has towards you is unbelievable. So I knew that there was another side to this story. All I'm saying to my young sister, you can't play and then tell. If you're going to play, you can't tell. If you're going to tell, then don't play.
no, you say it all the time. You can't fall in love with the trick. You got to know your place.
You
got
got
to
to know your place.
if that's your decision to get into that type of situation, then you got to understand where your role is. You cannot step outside of that role. If you're a grown person, you do grown people things, then that's just the way, it is. So, but I know more people want to get on here and talk to you, Flame, so I don't want to hold up, I'm excited to see Big Meech. Big Meech, did you get your internet fixed yet?
Baby, I want to bring Big Mitch on, but Big Mitch better not have that EBT internet today. We love you, Cassie. Stay safe
Love
up there
you.
in Washington. Okay,
Everybody,
see you tomorrow. Thank you,
okay,
babe.
bye.
Big Meech, did you get that internet working? Because I want to bring One of a Kind on here because One of a Kind is in it today, baby. One of a Kind, you got your hair on? You got your hat on? What you got on? One of a Kind to shock your mind. Ow. I got to fan you, One of a Kind. I don't know nothing about all those people I don't know if they ever found out the person who did it. One of a Kind, you going live with me because you got 9,000 comments, baby. We want you on here today. We doing new folk, new and old. This is that kind of page. Something old, something blue, something borrowed, something new. Ow, I'm getting married, y'all. I'm getting married. That was a joke. Okay, you didn't come on. And please don't attack the Jewish community on my page. I know some really good Jewish people. In fact, I did a show last summer for some Hasidic Jews that shocked me out my mind, and they loved me. Let me tell you something. There is always bad apples in any group, in any nationality. You're not going to label one group and say they all this or they all that. Just like it's not all bad white folk. It's good white folk. It's good white folk. It's good all kind of folk. So don't come on here throwing people up under the bus because that is not what we doing. Murder X, I want you. Come give me a piece. Come and give me a piece. Kelly, damn, I see you, my sister. You cannot label a whole group ever.
Hey, Flame.
What's up, baby?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Tell me something good. What you got for me?
Honestly, Flame, with the trans situation, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you step out of your line, there are consequences in every situation. And with a man that's trying to keep that type of secret, he an angry brother when you try to bring that secret out, just like any other situation. If somebody got a secret on you and they threatening to tell, the anger level gonna go a little bit higher. So I don't get it. I'm not giving that brother no leeway. You don't kill nobody, period.
Right.
You need to go to jail for your crime, period.
Yeah, I agree.
But the sister don't get off easy. I mean, I'm not blaming the victim, but you stepped out of your line. You threatened that man, and he responded to your threat.
And before I said this a while ago, and the community went after me, what part did you play in your demise? Because understand me that I walk around looking strange all day to people. Nobody addresses me because I don't put myself in that situation. But I'm also not on, and baby, I got some celebrity stories that will make your hair grow to your ankles right now. But I also understand that if I put myself in a precarious position, not only could they harm me, but they could also harm my children. These young girls don't think like that because they're young. And she was young. You know, you're young, you're wild, you feel invincible. And I'm sorry that this was such a tragedy. But you got to keep seeing that it keeps going. Oh, it keeps happening over and over and over. You cannot play that deadly game and then try to expose these brothers.
You can't play the game.
Marquita Wright just wrote, I just found the story. They did find him. She had a video that she was going to post. Wow, see you putting yourself in a position and you don't know what these brothers got. They got a lot to lose. Mostly embarrassment.
Exactly.
Mostly embarrassment.
But in our community, and I hate to talk about the Black community, especially right now, but in our community, we don't respond very well to it. At least where I grew up, unfortunately, Black gay males in my community got beat up, got ostracized, got picked on, whereas the gay females didn't really get bothered too much. But in my community, it's not something that you can say, oh, bro, you mess with dudes. Absolutely not. On the streets, you get killed for that.
Yeah.
Because they just out of an assumption that you might have looked at me, a dude gonna kill you for that. That's wrong. You shouldn't try to expose nobody else's stuff. If I want to expose my stuff, I expose my stuff. I walk around looking like this all day. So it's exposed all day. But you can't do that to somebody.
It is such a scary situation to think that you messing around with this guy, because as a young queen, when I was young, I liked the hardcore thug guys. You know, that was my thing. Yeah. But you also knew that, baby, if you expose them, you're gonna get. Back in my day, they beat your ass. It's a whole new ballgame. It's a whole new ballgame.
They used to beat you up, and we be able to take you to the hospital. You get well, you learn a lesson. But nowadays, it's not safe to do this. It is not safe to play that game. If you're going to go in that line of work, and I don't doubt it. Look, you do your thing. Get your money, get your coins, sis. But know
Yeah.
your role.
Yeah. Thank you. And I'm loving your comments, one of a kind. What's your name? Where you calling from? I forgot to ask you.
My bad. I'm Murder X. Everybody call me Chris. Murder X, just my stage name. But I'm calling from Oregon, long time from Cali. I love you, Flame. I got to know you on Breakfast Club, and I thought that I was the only trans person that was thinking like me until I heard you. Thank you.
It's a whole
Thank
lot of us. We just look funny. Ain't shit wrong with us. We just look like this.
I just look like this. I love you, baby.
Thank you, Oregon. Thank you for your comment. Well, thank you so much, Chris. Have a great day, love.
You too, baby. Go and have a good one.
Bye, love. Baby, I'm telling y'all, let me tell you something. Yeah, does Chris have a great voice? I think Chris might be a singer. Don't he got like a singer's voice? Hold on. Let me bring on Big Meech. Big Meech, you better not tell me that this bootleg internet ain't. Oh, let me bring my sister on. Amelia, please have your internet working today, because we talk about the young trans sister, and I need to hear it from another trans sister. But you know, you and that internet, girl, you got all that money. Hello? There she go. Baby, I keep telling her, girl, you got to reset your phone. Nick did need to apologize, but he did because he didn't want his money to stop. Well, Nikki, that's what I'm saying. He has a lot of employees. He's responsible for a lot of people. So, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did need to apologize. And he did apologize, and thank God that he did, because somebody's bag, somebody's food is depending on Nick Cannon. Somebody is paying their rent because they're an employee of Nick Cannon. Y'all got to think bigger than that. Sometimes it ain't about just, oh, I said what I said. I stood on what I said. Sometimes you got to stay in the game till you can get further along. Get what you own. Get what you want. Make it yours. Then you can come back and say what you want to say. AB, what is going on with your internet? Pam, where you at? I want y'all to look at the story about the young girl. Her name is Marcy Mack, that she was about to expose the young boy, and he shot her 10 times. When you hear that somebody got shot 10 times, there is such a rage to shoot somebody 10 times. That ain't no robbery. That is not a robbery. That is rage. He was angry for a reason. No, I don't think Nick Cannon is humble. I think he's an arrogant bastard. I'm saying how I feel. But he was smart enough to apologize. Yeah, CBS still canceled him, but he still got his job on The Masked Singer. I'm not froze. Who froze? Yeah, AB, go to your car. Pam, where you at? Is Pam on here? Paging Pam Designs, Paging Pam. And I want somebody who has looked up the story, because I want to hear, baby daddy, I see you. You know I'm coming. You know I'm coming. Ooh, I want to tell you that in person. You know I'm coming. Bad Flame. Yeah, it's bad elements. Did he have ownership? I don't know if he owned Wild and Out or not, because he must have had some kind of ownership in it, because if they were trying to get him to bring it over to Oprah Winfrey's network to own, or to P. Diddy's channel. Nick has a new daytime show on Fox coming this fall. Freedom of speech is not free. You damn sure right. It's not free for us. It's not free when you don't own it. It's surely not free. It's surely not free when you don't own it. I own Flame Monroe. I own that name. I'm in a Zoom meeting with work. Oh, okay, AB. I didn't know that. No, he didn't own it. Cassie said he didn't own it. See, and this is where we lose out. We don't own it, so we can't speak on it. That ain't nobody. That's just my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy.
What's up, Flame?
Well, hello, you handsome devil. You. How are you this morning?
Tired, exhausted.
Mark, what you think about the young trans sister?
I was making a few comments. And the first thing that comes to mind is because someone who I grew up in the corporate ladder pretty quick, and so I couldn't imagine me not being the one to tell my story. And for me personally, I definitely feel like as I was kind of climbing my career and my professional life, that would have impacted me if I wasn't the one to tell my story and if it didn't come from me. So I think it's a complicated, someone's sexuality is so complicated because there's so many pieces. You have family who they deserve to hear from you when you feel comfortable, and then you never know what someone has ties to professionally and how that could impact them. And going back to just my personal story, I don't understand people who get off from that, like outing people. I don't understand how you can't stop for a second and put yourself in their shoes and say, how would I feel if someone did this to me? Because you know how challenging it is in today's society. And so for you to take away that power from somebody else, I mean, there's something, in my opinion, I think there's something mentally going on, because most people, especially someone in the LGBTQ community, they know the pressure and they know the anxiety that comes with that. So for you to take that away from somebody else for your own personal reasons, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense.
And it has been so many life lessons for these young girls to see. They see what's been happening in the Black trans community. So many queens are being killed, and then the next story to come out is they were trying to out the man that they were with. Look, even with Eddie Murphy, with celebrities. Look at Dwight Howard. That guy came out, because that wasn't no tranny. That was a nigga with some hair weave in. Let's just be real. That was a nigga with some hair weave in that tried to out Dwight Howard. He disappeared. Dwight Howard is still working. Eddie Murphy, the queen that was with Eddie Murphy, is dead. They say she fell off a roof. Everybody who know that story know that bitch ain't fell off no roof. May she rest in peace. She ain't fell off no balcony. But why would you keep putting yourself in these positions to do that? So, Mark, you are bisexual. I can say that, right? Right. So when you were younger and you met straight guys, because a lot of straight men on the down low love very attractive boys. I'm sure you're an attractive man now, so I'm sure you was an attractive young boy. Did you ever mess around with so-called straight guys in your youth? On the low.
No. So I didn't like come into myself until really late, like till I was actually an adult. It was the first time ever for me. But at that point, yeah, like there was times where there was someone who was married, living a straight life and had a family.
Right.
And I would never, if anything, I was overly protective of them. I was like, I don't want to go to dinner with you. Like, I don't want to be out in public where someone might see you and ask who's this person that they don't know of. So for me, that's why I don't understand people with that mindset, is because for me, I'm always overprotective of any situation that I'm in, even to this day, just because you never know. You might think you know somebody, you might think you know a company you work for, you might think you know some of your family, but you never know until you make that decision to tell your story and how they react. But at that point, you've thought about so many things, you've come into yourself, and you know that now's the time that I'm going to say what I need to say. And so if someone at that point makes a decision to step away from you, you were already preparing for that in your mind. You've already said, you know what, fuck those people. I don't care. Like, this is who I am.
Right.
But if you're not at that point yet and someone takes that power away from you, I mean, I know I wouldn't kill anybody, but I would fuck somebody up. Like, if I was ever in that position, I would fuck somebody up pretty bad. I mean, I couldn't imagine. And I'm not violent, but that is just, I don't know, that's just crossing the line. And I don't know why they keep putting themselves in this situation. I don't know if it's a power thing for them, like if they feel powerful, or if they feel like if they say that if they threaten somebody with that it's gonna make them stick around. So I think it goes to also insecurities within that person themselves. So
right.
I'm
I'm in complete agreement with you when you said you never know what another person has to lose. You never know the other side of that story. So you taking somebody's whole life into your hands, understand that there are consequences and repercussions to your actions. I hate that this guy killed her, and I hate that it's happening over and over again. But it's these young girls. Us old bitches, we know how to play this game, and we know how to play this game like Yahtzee. Baby, I ain't saying jack. Yeah. What you think about Mark? What you think about Nick Cannon, Mark?
I mean, I was reading the comments last night again. I don't think they were anti-Semitic. I think they were insensitive to the Jewish community. I'm against cancel culture by all means. So I never think someone deserves to get their life taken from them. Because again, a few days ago when I was talking about Goya, I know a lot of people didn't like that, but I think about the people who are not at the top who's impacted by that. So same thing with Nick. All of the people that he employed and opportunities that he gave to people, I don't think they deserve to feel the repercussions. I think when someone has that platform, I think they need to be held accountable, but I think we need to review how we hold people accountable, because we're not thinking about all of the other people who aren't making six figures, who are, you know, are making, this is their job and this is their livelihood. So when we're thinking about taking things away from a certain individual, we're actually taking away from so much more. So I don't know. I think cancel culture is a very tricky subject. Again, I don't think what he said was anti-Semitic. I think it was just insensitive, and in the right dialogue with the right people at the right time, it would have been a different conversation that probably people on both sides could have learned from.
Well, don't say people on both sides, because when you say people on both sides, you make me think of that idiot Donald Trump. Oh, there were very good people on both sides. Don't
I mean, like,
don't say that, Mark. Wait a minute. Do you agree that he should have apologized? Do you agree that he should have apologized?
I always think that if you feel convicted about something, you should apologize, and no matter if someone thinks that you shouldn't have or you should have, that's your own personal conviction. And I think if you feel convicted, and if it's genuine, apologize. Now, if it's just because that's really how you felt, now maybe it came out wrong, I don't think you should apologize. Say, you know what, this is what I meant. It may have came across wrong or in the wrong way, but I don't necessarily apologize for the conversation I was trying to have.
You know them white folks cornered that nigga. Baby, Mariah Carey said it years ago. That nigga talked too much. She surely said it. It's on record. Mariah Carey, who was his wife, said that he talks too much.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's also, I mean, like, for you even, you get comfortable on your platform, and at times you feel like, oh, this is a safe place, and sometimes you just escape that reality of all of the other pieces that are attached to your platform. So I don't.
It's true.
That's why I don't always hold people. I don't hold so much weight. What I would appreciate more is if we lived in a society where people, once they recognize, oh, I stepped over the line, beat people to the punch. Come out and make a statement and say, you know what, I want to circle back around this with the right people in the right setting, and let's talk about this again. And don't let people force you into that corner where you have to apologize. Like, take that initiative if you realize that, oh shit, maybe what I said could be taken out of context. So I don't know. I think that, you know, people with platforms, celebrities, they already have a lot of pressure as they are, as it is. So, you know, it's going to happen every day. I mean,
and Nick, it ain't like Nick is 60 years old and he already has made his money. He's still young. He still got a bright future. So to me, even if he felt like he wasn't wrong, I think that he was responsible for apologizing, because he still got 10, 50, he still got 25 years left in the industry. You don't want to ruffle these fellas and can't have that place to work. Sometimes it's just easy to take that hit, baby, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, and keep it pushing. And I know I'm going to have to do it. I know I'm going to have to do it, because you just said it. Sometimes I get comfortable and I go, but I always try to think in my head, which is why I'm bringing Nick Smith on as my partner, because Nick will grab me by the arm and say, "Hey, bitch, pull it back now, pull it back now."
And I've been in that, I mean, just in my professional life, I've been in that situation where, because I'm the type, I always told, you know, all my employees, you never have to wonder what I think about you. If you did something right, you didn't do something right. And sometimes I come across very aggressive, because instead of saying, hey, you know, Jennifer, you didn't do X, Y, and Z properly, I'm like, yo, you fucked that up. You need to review that. And so sometimes I come across wrong. And then when I have a coworker or a peer or someone seniority over me, and they say, hey, you might want to go back and revisit that, I think, okay, I came across too strong. So, I mean, it happens to all of us. It doesn't matter if you're a professional with a huge platform or if you're, you know, it's just what it is. We all say things sometimes that can get taken out of context, but this cancel culture is just, I think today's climate is just so divided that it's making everything 10 times worse. I don't think this would have been as bad without today's.
I think when Amelia was on here last week, she might have made the most prolific statement that I heard in a while. The cancel culture needs to be canceled. They're big ass babies. They whine and cry about everything.
And
everything.
It's the sad part is it's my generation. They're so entitled, and they think that if they throw a fit, that like mommy and daddy are going to come to the rescue and give them what they want. And that's the mentality that I feel like is taking over my generation and the younger generation, is that we can just cry about what we want to cry about, make a big deal about it, and then we're going to get what we want, instead of just sucking it up and listen. let people say what they want to say, let people make their mistakes, and learn from it. Like, when people do stuff like what happened with Nick Cannon, it's an opportunity for everyone to grow and learn and open up a new conversation. So why you want to cancel a person, let's address it and now have a conversation and make this a learning moment. I don't know. I personally don't relate with people my age.
Well, let me tell you something. I think that your generation and you need a spanking. Can I come and spank you?
Listen, in the part, I didn't grow up getting spankings. Like, my parents did not believe in spanking.
That's because they didn't want you to have that booty red, because you so damn light skinned. That booty was gonna be red, baby, like fire. Mark, we know we love you on me with your fine ass. Look at everybody. Look at me. Y'all stop playing with my Mark. Who are you to me? Please explain to these people who you are to me.
Baby daddy.
Thank you. So y'all leave my baby daddy alone. Damn it. He belongs to me.
I know there's other people who want to talk, but that was my
Yeah,
2 cents.
thank you, Mark. I love you, you handsome devil.
Love you too. Bye, guys.
That's the baby's daddy, y'all. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Wait a minute. Come on. People are confused. I'm telling you, we taking it from all angles today. I need it from everybody today. Are you still on this? Are you still on your thing, AB? Yeah, Trump is canceled because he's literally killing us. He should be canceled. And we see all this blue I got on? Y'all see all this blue I got on? Baby. Come on, Brigitte. You say you read the whole story. Bring it. Bring it, Brigitte. Now, your internet wasn't working the other day either. Come on. Come on. Because you and Amelia got that same internet. That's that EBT internet. Link. You got that link.
Hi.
I hear you, but we don't see you, Brigitte.
Can
I
you
told
hear
you, girl,
me?
you got that. No, we can't see you. We just see the black screen, but we hear you fine.
Okay, can I talk then?
Yes, ma'am. Come with it. Give me what
How
you
are
got.
you?
I'm
Okay.
great. Where you calling? Wait a minute. Where you calling from?
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, I used to come to Milwaukee and work at the 219 years ago.
Well, I want you to come back when this pandemic is over. I want to meet
Yep.
you in
Y'all ain't
person.
got no money in Milwaukee. Y'all play too much. Y'all ain't got money. No, I'm just y'all.
Don't do me like that, Flame. Come on now.
Tell me what you watched the story. Tell me what you think.
I just read the story.
Okay.
And they were both
Explain. Wait a minute. Explain to them because they might not know what you're talking about.
about the transgender woman who got shot 10 times by the guy.
Yes.
I just read that story, and he's a handsome guy, and she was a beautiful young
She was
lady.
a beautiful girl. She was
Yeah,
a beautiful
very
girl.
Right. And if you hadn't have said it, I probably wouldn't have known looking at the picture that she was transgender.
Yeah.
So I understand when we're grown, you got to play the grown games. I get that. You know what I'm saying? And people just have to understand that this has been going on for years. If you're going to get in the game, you got to know how to play the game. If you're a secret, you're a secret, period. So if you're going to play the secret. You can't tell. And that's the way it's been. I choose not to be a secret from anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sad that she lost her life. Now this young man is going to lose his life because I see that they're saying he can get the death penalty for that or a death sentence. You know, so I'm just saying we got to grow up. This is 2020. We got to grow up. This has been going on for years, for decades.
What is sad, Brigitte, is that you're right. 2 lives. Not only were those 2 lives impacted, but the people in their lives were also affected by what's going to happen. His family, her family.
Right.
It's just too much. And I said before, in the trans community, my sisters, a lot of them came after me. What part did you play in this? Because understand that the gay men are not attracted to trans women. They don't like us to sleep with. They are not attracted to trans women. I've heard so many gay men say, if I want some titties, I give me a real woman. My response has always been, nigga, a real woman don't want your bitch ass. That's always been my response. But you have to understand, just like you said, very good point. When you decide to play this game, please know the rules of the game, because if you don't know the rules, you will get squashed.
Okay, so Flame, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit ignorant. I'm confused. You say gay men don't like sleeping with transgender women. So what is he?
He is on the down low. So he presents himself as straight. Technically, he wasn't gay. He was bisexual. He probably had a girlfriend and everything. But he messed around with trans women. He might not have necessarily messed with gay boys. But see, the difference of messing with a gay boy and messing with a transgender woman is the presentation is feminine. The hair, the nails, the beauty, the titties, all of the booty. But, you know, they still have the penis. So that's the presentation. So he's still very attracted to the effeminate part of that. But not the gay men with the beard and walk around with hair on their chest that's in
Right.
the gap, but real sissified. And I can say that word because I'm part of the community. So they're not attracted to that because that makes them feel like they're with a man. Dealing with a transgender woman, especially when she's beautiful, they still have the equipment, but they don't feel like that they're with a man. This is a whole mental thing. But
Okay.
on the other hand, it is our job to make the decision whether we're going to play with these guys or not. So if you
Exactly.
decide to play with these guys, you cannot take their livelihood. When you take when you take away their power of who they are, they take something from you, and sometimes unfortunately, it's your life.
Okay. I agree. You're right. Like I said though, I'm old. Well, I'm older. So, but everybody knows that, whether you straight, gay, whatever, doesn't matter. If you get in a relationship and you know that that person is involved, there are rules to the game. There are rules to the game. So we have to be adults and we have to be responsible and play by the rules. Period.
Her name is what's her name? What's her name? Marcy Mack?
Her name was let me see. I'm looking at it right now. Let me scroll down. She was a pretty girl. So Marcy.
What was she like? 20, 22? Young
Yeah,
girl, baby.
they're both young. They're both young from what I'm
Yeah, he
seeing.
was 20. I know he was 20.
Marcy Ritchie. That's what they're saying.
Okay, Marcy Ritchie.
Right. And his name was what's his name? Because I saw this yesterday, but I didn't read it. Angela Walker.
Baby, on this page, his name is Murderer because he killed that girl.
Okay,
so
well,
that
yeah,
nigga.
that's true.
And I mean
That's
what
true.
I said. Fuck that nigga. I don't
That's
like what
true.
she did, and I definitely don't care for what he did. But
Right.
on this page, that nigga ain't got a name. He a murderer. Shit. I'm
Right.
still a trans girl. I'm
Okay.
still a trans girl.
Okay,
Whatever
I
they want to
understand.
say.
Well, true, because if it was my family member, he would be a murderer. I wouldn't be looking for a name. He would be a murderer.
Boom.
So
I don't want
you're
that
right.
nigga name. I want that nigga's number. Guess what that nigga's
Right.
number would be? 206-3941 or either toe tag shit. But when they are attracted to a trans woman, can't they still identify as heterosexual if the trans woman is a woman? Baby, she
No.
wasn't a woman. She still had her piece. And no,
Right.
they cannot.
Right. Right. Exactly. Let's just keep this. Let's just keep the shit real. She was
Yeah.
still a man. She was trans, but she was still a man. So
She still had, she might have known she was a woman. She still had her male equipment.
okay, that's better said.
She
I'm
was
sorry.
a
That's better
woman,
said.
but she still had her male equipment, and that's what he was mostly attracted to, guaranteed.
Exactly.
Because I'm sure he was a handsome boy, so I'm sure he
Oh,
had some
yes.
girlfriends, biological girls somewhere. He wanted to play too, but he didn't want nobody to know he played. It was not her place to tell that. And I'm sorry that she lost her life, but it was not her place to tell that.
Right.
Fuck
Exactly.
that nigga. And I
Yeah,
said it.
exactly.
Fuck that nigga. And all the shit that he was against, here's the sad part. All the shit that he was against that he didn't want to know, he 20 years old going to prison probably for the rest of his life.
Right.
The bitch that he didn't want nobody to know about, he gonna become that bitch. He will
Right.
become in prison that
Exactly.
bitch.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Now I want to touch about Nick Cannon. I don't know.
Yep.
I still can't get exactly what Nick said, but I'm saying this: if he apologizes, we have to learn, especially in the Black community. When you're wrong, you apologize. You apologize. I know you said the part about he has other people that he's employing, that he take their livelihood and everything. But maybe he knew he was wrong with what he did. And sometimes you got to be the bigger person and just say, I'm wrong.
Well, Nick been walking around with that turban on, screaming Black Power for a while. So whatever he got going on in his personal right now, he's standing on what he was believing in. But
Right.
you got to remember that I'm standing on what I believe in, but I don't own shit. I still work for the man.
Exactly. And
I
they said
still
that
work for the man.
exactly. And he's been on Wild 'N Out. I think they said 10 years plus. So why didn't you own that, Nick? You of all people, if you
They
look
say
back at,
Viacom set him up. They told him he was gonna own it, or he did own it, and then they was gonna take it somewhere else, and he signed off to be in partnership with them. But wherever the partnership was, maybe it was 60-40, maybe it was
Right.
59 or 51-49. Who knows?
right.
But guess what, baby? If we don't own shit, we really have to remember that we are
Exactly.
still working for someone else.
That's true. That's true.
I hate we can't see you, Brigitte. I thank you for bringing this
I
light to us.
know. Thank you for
Fix
saying
that
my name.
EBT ass
Thank you for,
internet.
thank you for saying. It's not my internet. It's IG. I started following this group called NFAC,
and it's a black militia group. And ever since then, my IG, because my internet is
Oh, well,
fine.
girl, I probably should have brought you on. They might fuck up my page. Let me get
No,
your
I'm
ass off my
sorry.
page.
No, they won't. No, they won't. But thank you for saying
Okay.
my name correctly. Thank you, Flame.
You're welcome,
Love you.
G. Have a great day,
Okay.
love.
You too.
Woo, baby, let me tell y'all something. We live in some scary times. Yeah, y'all know they do things on the sneak. They do things on the down low. Cause hear me and understand me when I tell you that, baby, for years they would tell you they would pit people against each other. Get this and so ain't gonna get this to make us feel better about who wasn't where. Baby, you got to be smarter. You got to do just what I said with the Wizard of Oz. You got to use your brain, your heart, and your courage in order to prosper and in order to keep moving forward. You're gonna need a brain, you're gonna need a heart, and you're gonna need courage. I'm telling y'all. It wasn't her place to tell it, but men on the down low have to understand there is always a possibility to be exposed. So responsibility was on her. I definitely agree with that. I didn't never say it was all on her. I never said it was all on her. And it was tragic that he killed this girl. But understand, when you decide to play spades, okay, let's take it to a game of spades. I need to break it down for y'all. When you get into a game of spades and you playing with some real spades player, if you don't know the rules of the game and if you haven't asked the rules of the game, you will get your ass handed to you. And this just spades. This was not spades. This is real life. Who knows what that young boy had to lose? And who knows what he was going on or fighting in his internal. Nobody knows that. So it was not her place to take away his power of what decision he was ready to make. And when somebody shoots you 10 times, there is such a rage in that person, because 1 or 2 times might kill you. But 10 times, there is a fucking rage. Big Meech, where you at? Where you at? I see my pastor on here, Reverend Erskine from the church, the He, She, We Church of God in Christ, baby. Ain't no label to this. He, she, we. I see you, Reverend. I see you. I see you. I wish I could get Maddie on this line right now. Somebody inbox T.S. Madison. Tell her to come on here. Let me get her opinion. I need T.S. I don't know her damn phone number by heart, and her phone number is on this page. Oh, y'all know what? Hold on. Let me go inbox her. Tell her to come on. Ooh, I just inbox. T.S. Madison. I'm trying to get T.S. Madison to come on here. It's sad for both parties, not victim blaming, but just like he should have known, she should have known as well. It's consequences. Yes, and it's sad. It's really fucking sad. I'm telling y'all, I'm not taking his side on this because he killed one of my sisters. I don't know that young lady, but she was still one of my sisters. I hate that these young girls are so combative and so argumentative, and they won't listen to us older queens, because the lives we have lived, we only trying to protect them. We can tell them, girl, look, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, but they don't listen to us. You know what they say? You old bitches don't know what y'all talking about. You an old bitch. You had your time. It's not like that. I'm trying, baby. The life we trying to save is yours, because we know how these niggas do. Y'all can't see me? Y'all can't see me? Yes? No? Can y'all see me? Somebody tell me something. Shit. Yep, when a woman's cheating with a married woman. Yeah, he killed someone's child. Yes, he did. But the young girls won't listen to the old girls. And they were both very young. That's what's really sad. Both of their lives are destroyed. Hers is permanently gone. And his is gone. His is kind of gone too, because he's going to be a prisoner. It's sad, y'all. I'm telling you. It's twisted. It's a twisted game. There you go, Big Meech. There you go, Big Meech. Big Meech, don't come on here with that old EBTS internet today, player. Oh, I'm coming through this phone on your butt today. There he go with that bootleg internet.
Oh shit, it's on. Hot damn.
I'm like, TS,
How?
Is it on? Big
Is
Meech.
this bitch recording?
Big
Shit.
Meech.
Okay.
What you got, Big Meech? Come on with it. Give us something.
Okay, then let me start with. I'm gonna start with the young people.
Her name
Okay.
was Mercy. Mercy.
Miss Mercy Mack or Richie's. I'm saddened by this because she's 22, he's 20. You know, and in this day and age, it's sad. When I first heard about this, what came to me was, I don't know if she was trying to expose him. I think what happened was, you know, in this era of just for fans and OnlyFans pages and shit and putting up on Twitter and all that, I'm wondering if whatever she did with him, if she was trying to put it up to further her page so that she could get more likes or whatever the case may be. And then they had a discussion about it because he didn't need that particular kind of publicity. And whether or not his face was in it or not, I don't know. But when I first read this, that was the first thing that had come to me. Because now with all of the COVID, with all of this, with all of that, a lot of kids are now trying to build these particular pages so they can make their money. And that was the first thing that had come to me. Now, for him to have unloaded a gun on this girl, that said to me, I wanted you dead. Okay, I don't want to have this no more. I don't want to be bothered with this anymore. And it is just very, 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 very sad because what it says to me is that he was fighting to protect his masculinity.
Yeah.
He was fighting to protect his image. He was, you know, all of what that means because, see, like you said about that rage, that there was against the establishment. No, I ain't gay. I ain't that. You know what I'm saying? And it's all psychological and carrying on. And it's just completely saddened because now this young man is now a murderer and is about to go to jail for the rest of his life. The rest.
And my sister is dead. And my baby sister is gone.
And the sister, and our sister is dead. And she's dead. You know? And she's dead. And this is the part that just saddens me because of what our trans community deals with as far as wanting their equity in mainstream society and wanting to make sure they can get legal jobs and this, that, and the other. It is just very, 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 very counterproductive when we have a lot of this kind of shit happening. It is very sad when a lot of the girls feel that this is the only kind of way that they can make their money. And I'm not knocking the hustle. I can't knock the hustle because, child, you know, especially now when money is scarce because of COVID and things. I'm not knocking it. At the same time,
I don't think she was hustling. I don't even think she was working. I think he was just her trade. She was just carrying on with him. And according to the internet, the YouTube and all the Google story, was that she was going to post it on Snapchat or Facebook. So it wasn't about no money. This was about, I'm going to expose you. So I don't know if she caught feelings or if he didn't want to be with her no more or if she didn't want to be with him. Right. We'll never know her side of the story now because her side of it, right. But understand, like the girl, like Brigitte said, when you get in this game to play this game, you got to know the rules. You have to know
the rules of engagement, baby. The rules of engagement.
And Big Meat, you a gay man. You know that the gay men are not attracted to the trans girls, are they?
Exactly.
They don't.
Exactly.
If the gay men were attracted to the trans girls, all the trans girls would have a gay boyfriend. But that
would have a gay boyfriend. Exactly. Exactly. And then now, see, a lot of folks don't know that I do drag. So, see, when I'm up in face and carried on, honey, the kind of trait that Samantha catches is a different kind of trait than what Demetria catches.
Come on, Samantha. Fight.
Okay. Okay. So it's a whole different ball game, and then like you said, the rules of engagement are just that. Because when you're dealing with people and their mindset and their secrets and carrying on, because a lot of them are still trying to understand what it means, right? Understand why these feelings are there, right? And so when you're walking that fine line, it is a very dangerous. It's very dangerous when you want to bring in trying to expose somebody. Look at the girl that was trying to deal with Bobby Valentino.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That and all that debacle. Okay. It wasn't no secret that he dealt with the trans girls or whatever. It was just that she was trying to one up him and get some coin out of it or whatever the case may be, and then get her little 15 minutes of fame, which ended up backfiring. You know,
Same way
because
with
it was no
same way
secret that
with
he was
the girl with
trans.
Dwight Howard. She ain't got nothing. All that Dwight Howard still playing. It
All
has not
that, and it's
affected his
nothing.
career, and you ain't heard from that bitch. And that wasn't no tranny. That was a nigga with some hair weave and some.
That, you know, that bitch there needed her ass whooped, actually.
No, that bitch needed a
That's
hormone
how I
shot.
felt about
That
her
bitch
ass.
needed a hormone.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Big Meech, before you get out
Okay.
here, because we can see you there. What you think about our boy Nick Cannon? Because you know I love that nigga.
Okay, now, let me get on Nick, because see, for me, I think what it was timing, because I listened to what he said, you know, and I didn't hear the whole interview. I went to that section and everybody playing that they're saying is anti-Semitic. And I'm watching him because even when he was talking, he was trying to be very careful with his wording because he didn't want to offend anyone.
Well, because
Okay,
you know
he was very careful.
they just handed one of the basketball players his ass for an anti-Semitic comment.
Right. So in that, and understanding that he was about some sensitive stuff that he was saying, and I also believe that it was the guest that he was talking to as well. I believe that the other person is probably a lot of the fuel behind this as well. But because of the sensitivity of it, see, I love what you said. Oh, Amelia, that's a pretty business, my sister. I love her. When you said, she said, cancel culture needs to be canceled.
Yeah.
See, what we have here is everybody is in a reality show type mentality.
Yeah.
See, reality show does that. If you get upset or whatever, you can flip over a table.
That's a great synopsis, Big Meech.
You know. You can flip over a table and carry on. Oh, this bitch is canceled. I'm done with her. I'm done with her. Throw your hands in their face and carrying on. And then you get an edit. And then next thing you know, y'all sitting at the table some damn way.
Yeah.
You know. And so now, because of that, and because everybody being so sensitive and carrying on, this is what we have here. I'm glad that he apologized, because what he ended up doing was taking a higher road. I'm not going to get into Kevin Hart or whatever, because I understood where Kevin was. I stood behind him with his decision and carrying on. But Nick chose to jump in front of it so that he don't have the backlog that Kevin Hart ended up having down the line. You understand?
Right.
He jumped in front of it and was like, okay, well, wait a minute. Let's look at this. Now, the boss move that I feel he's going to make on his radio show and carrying on is to sit down with the Jewish person and have this difficult conversation.
Right.
I believe he's going to do that in order to make amends and to get these wrinkles off this fabric, child. You know, this that damn crinoline, honey.
Yeah,
and you got to lightly iron that crinoline, honey, to get all them wrinkles out. So I believe that down the line, that's going to come to have that particular conversation to find out exactly what he said that was sensitive in order to get the backlash. You know what I'm saying? Because now Viacom and everything, you know, they're quick to jump on it and quick to jump on things now. We're in a racially charged society, and I believe that Viacom wanted to make him an example, because this is the first time that Nick had controversy with a network.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And carrying on. So this is something that he's not new to, but I'm glad that he chose to apologize, so that, as everybody was saying, those who are his employees and those who are his subordinates are still able to get their coin. Because now with this COVID and everything being so uncertain, he made sure that he looked out for those folks and their coin as well.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not beating up on Nick. I'm not beating up on Nick, because I get it. Honey, trust me, I get it.
I got it
But
too.
when you in that position and you don't own it and you still working for them, baby, you got to remember, this ain't my sandbox. Y'all have allowed me to play. Y'all have paid me good money to play in the sandbox with y'all. But I can't do nothing different than y'all doing, because I don't have that power.
Exactly. And then on top of it too, understanding that he's a young black man who was already controversial. See, Nick, you know, they come after him a lot with his videos and stuff, his music, when he addresses a lot of the social ills and carrying on. They've been on him for a little piece of a minute, and he's been always riding that line, right there at that line. Yeah. And I think this time, for whatever reasons, they decided that they wanted to make an example out of this. And whether they were right or wrong, because I need to hear what was offensive. I don't hear it. Okay, I don't hear it. But at the same time, if it offended someone, then I'm glad he took the role to say, listen, that was not my intention. I apologize, because we have strong Jewish brothers and carried on out there and strong Jewish sisters in this community, and we're in this fight together.
Right.
Just because you say Auschwitz and I say slavery, honey, that the semantics are different, but the fight is the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he took the high road in this. And for those who think that he did it just to secure his coin, okay, so what?
Right.
Maybe you might be right, but it's not just his coin, because he would have been fine taking care of Rock and Monroe.
That's
If
and he had
everybody
another baby.
else.
Remember, he had another baby too. He got another baby.
Oh no, yeah, right. So right now, I think that this is a way to diffuse it.